like to go ahead and call the meeting to order. It's 5 o'clock. Thank everybody for being here. So first we have a student-led invocation. Michael Clements.
Everybody bow your heads and close your eyes. Lord, we come to you today. I just pray safety over this meeting, Lord. I pray for everybody in this room that they just keep their eyes on you, Lord. I just pray that nap time comes back to high school. In Jesus Christ's name I pray, amen.
Amen. Please rise for the pledge of allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
May be seated.
Next up is the affirmation of the agenda. It was sent out to everybody. Are there any changes or additions regarding it?
Make a motion to approve as printed.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
The next is the approval of the minutes from our March 11th, 2025 meeting. Are there any changes or additions?
Make a motion.
Make a motion to approve as written.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
I'm going to abstain since I wasn't here at the meeting last month.
Okay. And any comments by the board on? And there's no public comments. No one signed up. So next, good part, we have recognitions. The Edgewood Middle School recognition of volleyball and basketball teams.
Good evening. Last month, the school board here challenged me. They gave me a challenge of trying to boost the number of attendees for a school board meeting. So I did that tonight, so mission accomplished for that. But no, we wanted to come here tonight to recognize our student athletes. These are athletes that have done superior in scores this year. These are the same students we talked about who excel in the classroom. But a lot of them have made amazing feats this year in sports and athletics as well. So first, we're going to do our volleyball team. A majority of them are, I think, playing softball tonight. Their game got moved for tonight or something, so they're at softball. But if I could have the young ladies to come up that were on the softball team. I mean, not softball, the volleyball team. Now, I do not have these young ladies a fancy banner because theirs is already hanging on the wall. They got it at the end of the season, so their banner for their accomplishment. But Coach Jones, come on up with them. Coach Jones, her stats are EMS volleyball ended this season with an undefeated season of 13-0. They were the 2024 Lakelands Middle School Conference volleyball champions again this year. We also had the first Wildcat tournament with several teams from around the area, and our team went 4-0 on that day and won the championship of the Wildcat tournament. They had a volleyball tournament scheduled for the end of the year, which is kind of like a state tournament for volleyball, but because of Hurricane Helene, we didn't get a chance to go participate in that this year. So we were really disappointed because we kind of had our eyes sighted on that prize as well. But congratulations to these young ladies. All right, girls basketball. I think some of them are involved in some other sports as well, but we do have representation. Coach Bagwell, they finished this year 17-1 in all the games, and they were undefeated in our conference. In the last 2 years, the girls have gone 30-2 and have won 2 Lakelands Conference championships. So 30-2, pretty impressive. Their work ethic, sportsmanship, and drive to get better was exceptional, and they and their team, was exceptional, and that they and their team and their school and community can be proud of. So we're extremely proud of them. We had our first ever Lakelands tournament at the end of the year for basketball as well. So they won regular season and they won the tournament at the end of the year. They played their way to be the tournament champions as well. So congratulations to the girls basketball team. All right, boys basketball team.
No baseball game tonight, huh?
Boy, this was a really fun group to watch. I don't know if you guys got an opportunity to come watch a game, but man, there were times that I know at the beginning of the season, I think me and Coach McDonald talked about, we walked into one gym, I can't remember who it was, but the guys were like, I think it was Westview or something. The guys were licking their chops. They were going, man, we can't wait to play 96. And after the game was over, it was like, holy smokes, like that group just wore us out. So Coach McDonald, excellent job this year on what these guys have accomplished. The EMS boys basketball team finished with a 10-4 record. They were the champions of the Lakeland Conference. So I believe this is the first time that Edgewood has ever won the conference championship. So conference championship. They defeated Wright Middle School, Abbeville, 38-34 in the championship game. This was the first conference championship in the EMS boys have ever won. Congrats to all our young men, and hopefully we can do it again next year. Go Wildcats. So congratulations to these guys. I'm extremely proud of all of our players, and especially extremely proud of our coaches who put in countless hours to be up there, summer practices, night practices. So I'm extremely proud of them and Coach Duncan, who came to represent tonight, our AD. So thank you to our coaches, too, for all the time and effort that they have put in.
Good job, good job.
I got your banner that you can take right out there if they want to get your picture.
Oh, yeah, y'all can go now. Y'all ain't got to stay, y'all can go.
Stay for the fun part.
Yeah.
I got them here. Their job to keep
So next up on the list is the superintendent's report, and Mr. Schoolfield's going to fill in for Dr. Taylor.
All right, thank you, Dr. Green. If you will look in your packet, starting on page 4, I've got the field trip request forms. None of those are overnight. See, there's a lot of them. There's a lot of things that have been going on lately with bands had their CPA and region competitions and a lot of things that we're trying to get through the end of the year. So we have those. After the field trip requests, we have the parenting report that's in your packet. Also have professional leave requests. Report. I'm getting there. Starting page 27 for the parenting report. For you to see. Also, we're going to talk to Ms. Kathy Anderson is going to talk to you a little bit about the district strategic plan updates. So, Ms. Anderson.
Thank you. Good evening. It's good to see everyone here tonight. And if you would turn to page 31 in your board packet, you'll see there's a memo there that explains what the strategic plan is and the regulation that governs strategic plans made by districts and schools. And it also says in our regulation that we have to update our plan annually. We are in about the 3rd year of a 5-year cycle, and our report has to be updated and sent to the South Carolina Department of Ed by April the 30th. So all that really needed to be done to the report was to have the numbers put in the performance goal. So if you look on page 32, under 24, 25, you use the preceding year's data, You can see that 13.4 of the students in grades 3 through 8 met the criteria for the South Carolina Gifted and Talented Program. So if you go through the rest of the performance goals, we can go through them one by one, but you might have looked at them before you come, but all we did was take David's data from the instructional department and plug those numbers in. And that is the annual update, just so that you know how we fared instructionally on the goals within the district. Now, if you would like me to go through them one by one, just say so. If not, I'll let you do that on your own to see how we fared. I'll just pause a minute and see what your desire is.
Just a reminder, this is, it's the plan for 24-25, but all the data is reflected from 23-24. So this is all data that you have seen before, it's just in the format, and this is the way we have to submit it. We just have a deadline of April 30th each year to submit that for previous year's data.
I'll make a motion to approve the updates for the strategic plan.
I second it.
Thank you.
All in favor?
Okay, so we go back tomorrow, we'll finish this all up, and we'll go ahead and get ready to submit. We are waiting on one more piece of data, and that is our ready scores from the primary school. They don't finish their ready testing until April the 17th, so once we get all that in there, then the uplink will take place before the 30th. And the individual school uplinks will follow. Okay? Becky, that's all I have at this time.
Okay. So next up, we have instruction. Mr. David Schofield.
Wasn't included in your board packet, but this is the extra piece that kind of looks like a rainbow that was at your seat here. Each year we have, the state sends us course codes for the classes that we have to sign up for. Sometimes they change those, but each local board has the ability to approve additional course codes for classes that you may offer that are not as a part of the South Carolina state recognized courses. I mean, they still get credit for them, they still are approved, but the board has to approve the course codes because they are not in the state manual. So in front of you, you have a list of those courses that the 99 times out of 100, these are all high school courses. These are a part of the course codes, a lot of strength and conditioning that they don't necessarily have. We call it something a little different. From those, we have some online youth apprenticeship in the orange, the youth apprenticeship hospitality and tourism codes that they can do to get some youth apprenticeship hours, agricultural, food, natural resource internship, unified physical education. The ones in orange are the only ones that are online. The rest of those are courses that they take in person. But you see the course codes, it just, we have to bring this to you every year if there are some new ones, and they require an approval from the board.
Have a motion to approve.
I make a motion, we approve.
So,
All in favor?
Thank you, guys.
Okay. Up next is finance, Mr. Andrew Mackey.
Hello again. Our monthly financial update through the end of March 2025. Our revenues just a touch over $11 million. That does not include our March tax report from the county. I'll get that in a couple days. So revenue's actually a little bit higher than $11 million. Our expenses through March are just a shade under $11 million, about $10.9 million. Our expenses are still trending to come in under budget for the end of the year, which is good. We've really had nothing unusual on the expense side of things. And the only thing, you know, we're continuing to monitor is the impact on Fuji on our revenue. So, you know, once I get the March reports, that'll help give us some more information, and we'll continue to monitor that as we go forward. I've provided a list of our non-payroll expenditures. If anything jumps out there, if you have any questions, just let me know. And if not, I will move on to capital projects. All right. Capital projects, we had a very productive 2-week break over the spring. We got the leaky boiler replaced at the middle school, high school. We got a projector finished at the high school.
We got door access controls finished at the elementary school and the primary school, and we've got the majority of the additional cameras throughout the district installed as well. So we got a lot done over the spring break. The classroom furniture for the primary school and elementary school, I have a meeting on Friday at 1 o'clock with the furniture representative to get a quote on that. And as long as that fits in with where we've budgeted it, we'll continue forward with getting some new classroom furniture by the start of next school year. Resurfacing the track. Dynamic Sports Construction was the company. They were the low bid on that. The guy actually flew down from New Jersey to come look at our track and bid, and they were the low bid. Crazy.
Yeah. Satterfield did the last one, right? Wasn't it Satterfield?
Yeah, I reached out to them and they didn't respond, so they weren't interested. But yeah, we had a guy from Boston send in a quote. He didn't come down, but I was shocked at the scope of people who were interested in that. So they'll do that as soon as our track season's over, sometime middle of May. They'll resurface the track and restripe it, and we'll have a new track.
What did that end up being? What was the?
$144,000, which we had originally thought it was going to be closer to like $250,000, so it was significantly cheaper than we had anticipated. So it was good. And these guys, I mean, they do tracks all up and down the East Coast. They've done quite a few in South Carolina. They had really good references, so I feel pretty good about it. I'm still working on generators. I've talked to a guy on state contract we've sort of missed each other here lately. I need to call him back and figure that out. But really, that's the only other thing in the pipeline from our bond that we issued in the fall. So gotten a lot done. Are there any questions on capital projects?
I maybe have a comment. Would there be any interest in the board at all, since we did save some on that, to redoing the bleachers and where the people sit, kind of rough, still there where the track's at? I mean, there's really not much there. Is there any interest in doing anything, or
Talking about just buying something to put out there?
Yeah, I mean, or looking at it somehow. I mean, it's just it's kind of
Yeah, just like the aluminum bleachers.
the aluminum bleacher
Yeah.
and something. It's just kind of a.
Yeah, I really know where to sit. This is true. So.
Well, I mean, we could do, like, if the soccer field, the bleachers out there, we have a concrete pad and then 2 sets of bleachers. I mean, it's a lot nicer setup on this soccer field out here than we've got at the track. We can look into doing something like that.
I don't have a problem with that.
Okay.
Do we have, when we got money left over, do we have to vote on that? Or since it's part of the same
Yeah,
thing?
so because it's included in the bond and it wasn't originally in the bond resolution, it would probably be good to vote to add that to the list.
Or you could let him bring a report back to you next month and then.
Then vote on it that way?
Yeah, let's see before we agree how much.
Yeah, I can
Just
get,
kinda
I'll get,
maybe give us some options. Of what you
yeah,
think.
I'll reach out to some guys
Make
and
it
get
look a little nicer.
some quotes and stuff, yeah.
Track.
Yeah, I can definitely bring that next month.
Thank you.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Okay, next up, safety, Mr. Boudreau.
Good evening. Your monthly safety report for the month of March. Excuse me. Primary school had 1 with an information report. Elementary had 1 with information. Middle school had 0. High school had 1 with an open door found during a property check. Alternative 0. Transportation 0. The baseball field next to the high school had 1, a civil dispute. The athletic multiplex had 2, which is property damage, and open door. District office 0. So you just a total of 6 for the month. That's up from 5. That's up 1 from 5 last month, and the same this time last year. Drills and training. All the schools did their fire drills. Primary and elementary did their fire inspections. Complex, elementary, high school did their bus evacuations and also did their active intruder drills. And that's it. Any questions?
Yeah, just what was
Yes,
the
sir.
property damage?
Property damage, one of the wreck guys ran over our sign, stop sign. Just had some issues with his kids and just didn't see it,
Okay.
so.
And the civil dispute, was that amongst students? or-
No, ma'am, that was, between two parents that just happened to be there, and one of the parents called law enforcement and was inquiring about some type of restraining order, order of protection, and that's just how the dispatch labeled it.
Are the metal detectors still working out, or are we?
Mhm. I think we have some coming up, this month, actually.
They're still working and
Oh,
functional
yeah,
and everything?
they're
Good.
they're working great,
That's good.
they sure are. All right,
Thank you.
thank y'all.
All right, personnel, Ms. Kathy Anderson.
I did want to say something back to Andrew's report about the grounds. Thank you for getting it painted.
Oh, yeah.
You know, looks good.
Good.
The front of the building no longer has a light.
We're glad he did too, 'cause we don't have to hear it.
Sorry.
Okay, I have before you tonight the approval of 2 new hires. You heard through Andrew's budget report that we are trying to absorb some positions and stretch some people in different ways and make some changes in the personnel side to cover our children but still save some money. So I have tonight for you these 2 folks, and we have candidate A and candidate B. Candidate A will be employed at 96 Elementary as a guidance counselor. Candidate B will be employed at Edgewood Middle School as a middle-level language arts teacher. Behind these recommendations, you'll see their certificate, State Department certificate, and we always check that certificate to make sure they are certified in the area in which they're going. And so the guidance is certified in elementary and secondary guidance. The middle school has a different kind of certification going on there. 7th and 8th grade students are required to have middle level, the teachers are, to have middle level certification. 6th grade can go middle or elementary. So that person is elementary certified. All right, so at this time, I'm seeking a motion to employ candidate A and candidate B.
I'll make the motion.
Thank you.
I'll second that emotion.
Thank you.
All in favor?
Okay. The board has hired Madison Collier, who will replace Donna Brown as a guidance counselor at 96 Elementary School. And they have hired Karina Byland, who will replace Edith Bryan as a middle school teacher of English language arts. All right, so for updates, we still have out there 1 middle school language arts position that's open. I think Mr. Shumpert is actively working on that. And we have in addition, a couple other, or 1 particular position that we know that we might be looking at, but I have not been given permission to put it out yet. So Tony Black retired between the last board meeting and this board meeting. He'll retire at the end of the year. And Miss Teresa Blackwell, who was assistant principal over at the middle school, is retiring as well at the end of the year. So I don't believe at this point we might not be replacing one of those, and one of them we may, but I'm waiting on my marching orders from Dr. Taylor and the finance department about who I can replace and how I can replace them, okay? And that's all I have for the hiring update, other than to let you know the contracts went out Monday, and they're due back April the 17th. State law does not require us to have them until May the 10th. However, we strongly encourage people that will let us know their feelings early to do that so that we can take care of the children in our care. If everybody in the district waits until May 10th and then we have people that are not coming back, it's almost next to impossible to hire people to fill those positions. So our people have always put children first and have kind of let us know early what their intentions are. And so that's what we're asking for. So when the contracts come back on the 17th, they'll have more of an idea if there's anybody else out there that we don't already know about. Okay?
Sounds
Any
good.
further questions of personnel? Thank you.
Thank you.
Any other comments or questions?
Good luck to the band. They're going to Dayton, so we're leaving tomorrow morning.
Safe travels.
Yep.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
We need to drag it out.
6:25, I was close, I said 6:24.
Hey, but you ought to find it.
Listen, don't tell her, she gonna try to tell her not to run these things. I don't wanna step into that.